All right, welcome to the Outcast Michael Reynolds SR8 series from Kentucky. The fastest car on track right now is the 01 of Chris Rawlings. They've got just a few minutes left of practice for this race, and their points battle is very tight right now. Superman Norman Chan is currently just 1 point ahead of Gerald Thanos Poole. Brian Mansfield is 4 points behind him. Chris Standridge another 4 points behind him. Michael Reynolds in fifth at 23 points behind the leader, and James Belair just 1 point behind him. Chris Rawlings at 194 points is 30 points behind the leader. Mark Belair another 4 points back from Chris. Doug Thomas 6 points behind Mark Belair, and Edward Belair is 10 points behind Doug Tire Thomas. We are at the 1.5 mile Kentucky Raceway. And it looks like Jim Belair might be joining us in the booth. You there, Jim?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you, man. So, you ready to? I'm more concerned tonight with this demolition derby thing.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I think you're going to see some demolition derby during the race too.
Now, Kentucky is a bit different. It's a little bit flatter than some of the tracks you guys go to, and it's really abrasive on the tires. Do you think there's any chance you guys are going to need to change out tires tonight?
I don't think so. I mean, these cars are pretty good on tires, but we'll wait and see. I think there's going to be some yellow flag action, so we'll have some time to get into the pits and get tires if we need them.
And you've got Thanos up there leading right now, and I am told he now has an unholy alliance with Superman Norman Chan, which is just weird. But you got anything to get up there and run these two guys down?
Well, yeah. If you look at, there's three cars out there that are running the same colors. The Bel Air Posse is going to be running tonight against this Karma Confederation.
That is awesome. I do have to ask the oddball question. The one of the other Bel Airs runs the 007, but why didn't you? I mean, really, that was you should have just taken that.
Oh, you talking about my brother?
Yes.
Yeah, he's full of himself.
Oh, I see. All right.
He's the rich one in the family, so he can do what he wants.
I see. Okay, so he gets to do the whole 007 thing.
Exactly. Yep. That's why we call him Parnelli.
Okay. That's awesome. All right,
So,
man. Well, best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully, we'll be talking to you after the race.
sounds good. That'll be fun.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Jim. All right, that was Jim Belair. He is one of the drivers out there. We'll see if we can see. It looks like he is out on track in his number 90 car. And let's see if we can look at the Belair family right quick. Yes, there they are. There is the 90 car of Jim Belair. Mark Belair is in the 52. And he's got another Belair, James Belair, or I'm sorry, Edward Belair in the 007. So that is going to make the Belair family is on a mission tonight. The 25 of Gerald Thanos Poole there on the outside, and he is teamed up tonight with Superman Norman Chan in the 9 car down there on the inside. But we've got several other cars out there, like the 22 of Stripey Standridge. That is Chris Standridge driving his straw car. Oh, yep, that is the straw car. And there is quite a comical joke because if you got to see the Mayhem race they had a few weeks ago, which is on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. They one of the questions that came up is how many holes does a straw have, and that's where that paint job comes from. And James Johnson in the 39. There's the whole Bel Air family working together. James Johnson in the 39 definitely is one to watch out for as well, there in that camouflage and fluorescent yellowish color. Yeah, I believe that's what that is. And as you see right here, we will see some 4 wide action here tonight. I definitely expect to see most of this race 3 wide, if not more. Just checking some quick race notes here. Alrighty, so let's talk real briefly about the track. As Stripey is out there turning laps, this is a 1.5 mile track with 14 degrees of banking. The corners are a little bit different at each end of the track, but one thing that is for sure is that this track will eat the tires alive. Now these cars are very high downforce cars, so they they have tires specially fitted to that, but even still, it could eat these tires up. We don't see tire changes many times in this league just because of the format, the shorter races, and they're out there having a blast, but we could end up seeing some tire changes before the night is out. That could come into play as well. And who is that? Oh, wait a minute. Trying to look at all the different cars here because we have some new paint schemes out on track tonight. I do believe that is the 45 of Michael Graynolds. Yes, it is. In that where's Waldo car? I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it is definitely it definitely stands out on the track. So between the two teams tonight and these guys, interesting paint jobs. This is definitely going to make for one exciting race here tonight. Stick around for just a moment. We will finish watching their practice session here. I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, just over a minute left in the practice session. We will finish watching them. We'll watch some qualifying, and we will see who can start at the top of this. It looks like we're going to see a lot more side-by-side, back-and-forth action tonight. These cars do draft very, very well. They suck up from a distance, so the pack may not split up. Another question that's going to come up here before too much longer is, hey, what's going to happen with some of these guys? Are they going to try and stay out front? Are we going to have a group go off the back like we have a lot of weeks? several different questions. A lot of times we have a group led by Michael Graynolds that falls off the back early, trying to stay out of trouble, and then they come back out, or they come back up at the end of the race, because you can get about 7/10 of a second back from this pack and draft up to the front. It is not hard to do. So we'll see what happens here. It definitely looks like Michael Graynolds is here to battle tonight. As we see some real power moves to the inside, and looks like they are just trying to get some warm up for the Demolition Derby. Alrighty, looks like we are about to start qualifying. Let's ride around for a minute with Gerald Thanos Poole. Let's see how he does tonight. I do believe he said this is a newer paint scheme or an updated paint scheme rather, for the Flaming Karma. Or Bad Karma team. I can't remember what Mr. Belair called it a moment ago. And it looks like so far Gerald Poole does have the fastest lap. All right, looks like most of them have qualified so far. Edward Belair is on the pole for the race. We'll see if anybody can top that, but most of the field has already qualified. And they do have a little bit longer qualifying session, but they will end up, if everybody gets qualified in a timely manner, they will go ahead and advance the session. So we'll wait and see how the Belairs do here. And don't forget, throughout the week during the mornings, you can check out some streams right here. See some at least funny events happening on track in iRacing, and occasionally a little bit of Flight Sim and a little bit of MechWarrior. Looks like we've had 12 cars qualify. Got a few more that need to get out there and get it done. Hopefully we'll get everybody qualified and going here in just a moment. All right, qualifying order so far is, and it looks like just about everybody's qualified. Looks like you've got Edward Belair will be starting on the pole, followed by Gerald Thanos Poole to the outside. James Johnson is third. Brian Mansfield fourth. Michael Grainold's qualified for once. He is in fifth. That comes as a bit of a shock to see Michael qualifying tonight, so we'll see if he can make something of it. We've seen him come from way in the back to the front, so we'll see if he can see what he can do starting in fifth. You got Mark Belair starting in sixth. Seventh place is Mike Killenbeck. Eighth is Chris Rawlings. Nine is Brian Burkhart. And 10th is Derek Turner. James Belair and Norman Chan round out the field of folks that qualified here tonight. And just a quick overview of the points again. Norman Chan is leading Gerald Thanos Poole by 1 point. Just one. Let's see if we can talk to Chris Standard real quick. Hey, Chris, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
So, I have a question, and it's a very important question on the minds of everybody around. How many holes does a straw have?
Oh, 0. It's a rectangle.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So, I asked Jim Belair about this earlier. He said he expected to go the whole race on a single set of tires, but Kentcuky is known for just eating tires alive, even in these SR8s. Do you think you're gonna need to get tires tonight?
No, we've got such high downforce on these things that tires. We've never, ever in a single race, ever had any issues with tires at all.
And you've got a couple of groups teamed up together. You got obviously the Belair family, or the Belair posse, as I believe they're calling themselves, and then the unholy alliance of Thanos and Superman. So you got anybody you're working with tonight?
My old buddy Tom Land and I are we've been on Team Red Dead all year, and we're actually forming for our next season our own team of Avengers. So we're ready to
go. That is awesome. All right, man. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully, Tom's out doing his qualifying. Hopefully, you guys start close together and work your way to the front before this thing's all said and done.
Yeah, we'll see. I bless Jim's heart. He makes a prediction every race as to how many crashes we're going to have, and he has never been right all season.
And how many did he predict?
Well, every race. This one he said it would be pretty clear, no problem. Which means it'll probably be plenty. We had a practice race before this. It's you really have a struggle to see the lanes on the track, and because of the angle of the turns, you can't tell when there's a car on your inside or outside. You know, just in your blind spots there. And so I do think there's going to be quite a few cars tapping each other.
Well, that will definitely. We saw a couple of taps during practice, so I imagine we'll see a bit more, and it could be a very entertaining race. One fast repair for tonight, I'm assuming.
I don't know. Mike changes it every week. So.
hopefully it's enough.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, man. Best of luck to you and Tom, and we'll talk to you after the race, buddy.
All right.
All right, that was Chris Standard. You heard him say he is teaming up with Tom Land for this race. So we'll see if those two can get past the Unholy Alliance and the Belair posse to get to the front and get the win here tonight at Kentcuky. Looks like Tom Land qualified 11th. Chris did not qualify. So we will get to see what comes of that here in just a few moments. And while you're waiting for this last 30 seconds of qualifying to complete, go look at the Twitch channel. Give us a like, share, subscribe on Twitch, Facebook, and on YouTube. This race and the Northeast Racers race will be on Facebook later this evening. Or will be on YouTube later this evening, mind you. We are live on Facebook and Twitch, and all race videos do end up on YouTube same night or the next morning. All right, qualifying is done. Time for Edward Belair to lead him down. And the Belair family currently qualified in 1st, 6th, and 12th, it looks like. So they're a bit spread out. Gerald Poole and Superman Norman Chan starting in 13th. Gerald Poole back up in 2nd. So these teams are quite a bit split up, except for the team of Tom Land, who's starting in 11th, and Chris Stripey Standridge, who's starting in 15th. Michael Thomas is starting in 14th. He did not qualify either. And they begin to roll off Pace Road to line up and get their one pace lap knocked out and go green flag racing here at Kentcuky. If you got a favorite driver in the field, definitely drop their name in the chat. We'll give you a shout out, give them a shout out, say hello, have a little fun with it. And apparently, in case you missed it, Chris Standridge said that straws are a rectangle, and furthermore, he is a teacher. Fortunately, he's a history teacher and not a science teacher. Or a math teacher, for that matter. All right, to the inside there is the 007 of Belair, Edward Belair. On the outside is Gerald Thanos Poole. You can see he's got his full Thanos regalia on the hood tonight. I imagine he's got some Infinity Stones stashed in that car. He's yet to use them this season, but we'll see what happens tonight. Green flag is in the air, 50 laps at Kentcuky. Edward Belair leads him down into turn 1. Gerald Thanos Poole to the outside. And looks like the Belair family is trying to get connected again. On the outside line is Mark Belair. As you see, they are all driving matching cars tonight. He looked like he was going to make it 3 wide already. No big changes in position on the first lap. But Thanos is headed backwards just a little bit. Might be a little bit of a fuel conservation move on his part. Or he might be going to pick up his teammate Superman Norman Chan. In the meantime, the 007 of Edward Belair continues to lead the field. He's got the 39 of James Johnson there to the right behind him, but James moves up to the outside. He's going to make it 2 wide coming down the front straightaway. And going off into turn 1, we'll see if he gets any kind of advantage. Now that outside line is starting to form up and build some momentum, will the 39 of James Johnson. Here comes Michael Reynolds in the 45 car. He is that second car on the inside line. We never see Michael up front this early in the race. He's got something up his sleeve tonight. He is usually hanging out at the back, a little bit off the back, trying to make sure he makes it to the end, but tonight he is up battling for the lead already. The 4 laps in, Reynolds already battling for the lead. And looks like we've got 2 of the Belair family together right back there. And it looks like Superman and Thanos found each other as well. Nope, not yet. That is the Red Bull car on the outside of Thanos. I believe. That inside line just gets so much of a run through the turns. The outside line is going to need more than 4 or 5 cars to get the momentum to the outside. But as you heard Chris Standers talk about in the pre-race interview, they definitely are going to have some struggles once they get 2 and 3 wide later in the race. It is very difficult to know where the other cars are at this track, just the way it's configured. The 14-degree bankings, the lanes, it's very, very difficult to know where a car is to the inside or to the outside for that matter. And they struggled with that during the practice race. So we will be seeing some cars tapping each other throughout this race. And Matt Stewart says, shout out Brian Mansfield. Let's see, where is Brian right now? Best super speedway driver in the league. Where's Brian? Brian Mansfield in the 95, currently running in 4th place. He is right there behind James Johnson. Brian's not just a great super speedway racer. We've seen him up at the front at Indy and at several other tracks this season as well as last season. So he's great on the super speedways and extremely fast everywhere else. And don't forget to go to the YouTube page and check out last week's race and in the dark at Talladega. That was extremely exciting and fun to call. And definitely different seeing there are no lights at Talladega whatsoever. There weren't even pit road lights. So they were doing it all by the little headlights on these radicals. And don't forget, when this race is over, we will be having the Demolition Derby, so you'll want to stick around for that. Currently, the 007 continues to lead. But it comes as a shock. We've got Michael Reynolds up there securely in 2nd spot now. That outside line just not getting any kind of run right now. So let's take a ride around in one of these cars. What do you say, the 95 of Brian Mansfield? Let's hop in his car. As he comes down, there's the start-finish line. Interesting paint job on the 39 of James Johnson tonight. As they go down into turn 1, you see these cars have a ton of downforce, but that wind is moving around so much. You can actually, we saw it at Dover and a few other tracks, you can actually unsettle the car in front of you if you're not careful. Or if you do it intentionally, that's a possibility too. You hear the 95 having to lift just to make sure he doesn't get to the back, right into the back of him. Not seeing a lot of bump drafting in this race yet like we do at Daytona and Talladega. And yes, I am talking about bump drafting in these cars. As, oh, the Red Bull car down on the leaning on the Bel Air family. I do believe that is the 01 of Christopher Rawlings. Let's see if we can get a... Yep, that was the 01 of Chris Rawlings. And now we're 3 wide back mid-pack as Thanos goes to the outside. When the 01 bobbled, can't quite get the pass. Doesn't have any help back there right now. But you see these guys weaving all up and down the straightaways, looking to try and carry any momentum they got, trying to pick up a position. Now imagine it will not be long before we see somebody go straight up the middle here. As they come down the back straightaway, make sure you stick around for the Demolition Derby after the race as well. 11 laps in, no caution so far. Looks like the Bel Air posse is on the inside row, the first, third, and fourth car. Thanos is on the outside row. He is the fourth car back. Superman Norman Chan is all the way in the back tonight. Points leader all the way at the back of the field. He's back there with Derek Turner. They're just back there playing it safe right now. Kind of a reversal of what we usually see because Michael Reynolds is at the front, Norman Chan is at the back. And They are starting to spread out, coming down the front straightaway. Everybody's trying to find any advantage they can. No real side drafting going on yet as Michael Granel starts to look to the outside in turn one. Thinks better of it, and it looks like Gerald Thanos Poole got stuck on the outside line. He'll finally be able to drop back down in there. We might be looking for his teammate, and there is Stripey Standridge looking for his teammate in Tom Land. Got three different teams going here tonight. We've got the Bel Air Posse, the Unholy Alliance of Superman and Thanos, and Team Red Dead, that is Tom Land and Chris Standridge, or Stripey Standridge as he's going by in that car. Much better than the car he ran last week. I've told him he's banned from driving that car ever again. There is Stripey Standridge in the straw car tonight. Up front, looks like that outside line might be starting to come in. Michael Granels was securely in second spot there for a while. But now that outside line is right out beside him again. James Johnson in the 39 and Brian Mansfield have closed back up even with the second place car. As that line comes in, they should be able to pick up several more car lengths. They might be able to get to the front. Now we're getting a little dicey up here. Michael Granels comes up as Brian Mansfield comes down coming into turn one. Both of them looking to advance their position right now. Nobody has a clear advantage yet. Edward Belair out front leading. The question is going to become, we've seen it at Daytona, we've seen it at Talladega, we even saw it a little bit at Indy. Will they have fuel to make it to the end? They usually run 35 laps on bigger tracks. They're doing 50 laps on a mile and a half tonight. Should be very close on the mileage. Outside line still just staying even with the second place car. Michael Granels can't get an advantage yet. Laps into this 50-lap event. Everybody's playing it pretty nicely right now. I would imagine here about 7 or 8 laps, things might start getting a little bit dicier. We've seen shades of, oh, wait a minute. Oh, the 25 moved up, and we've got one car going backwards. I believe that is Derek Turner. Yes, that was Derek Turner. He slipped up. He has gone back to 13th. He started up at 10th. So far, the biggest mover of this race is Michael Thomas in the 15 car. There's Michael in that multicolored, call it a tie-dye paint scheme. He started in 14th. He is already up into 7th place. He has made the most moves of anybody on track, slipping and sneaking his way through up towards the front. And on lap 20, it is still Edward Belair, but you saw it right there. Coming down the back straightaway, the 39 of James Johnson there on the outside carried a lot of momentum, was dead even with the leader all the way around the track. That outside line is really picking up some momentum as Michael Granel starts to look, almost taps the 39. That outside line is really starting to come in each and every lap That 39 car of James Johnson is picking up some momentum. These cars do have so much downforce that when they drop down to that apron, like you're seeing some of these guys do coming off turn 4, it is not going to upset the car nearly as much as it would any other kind of car like a stock car. And the outside line weaving back and forth, coming down the back straightaway, trying to pick up a little side draft off that inside line, carry some momentum into turn 3. That outside line has a ton of momentum on the straightaway, but they are losing that little bit of space they gain in the turns. We'll see if, as the line comes in, if they start gaining a little on the outside. They duck really low trying to side draft, and these cars can side draft like crazy. As we've seen single cars come up the middle of the two lines in the past, all the way to the front from the back, just using the side draft off both lines. And I got to be honest, I am really surprised these guys are running as clean as they are. They are definitely trying to save the car for the Demolition Derby after the race. And it looks like Edward Belair is moving his line up just a little bit in 1 and 2. The other two members of the Belair family back there on the inside line. Mark Belair and James Belair back there. Looks like the Red Bull car to the outside there. Went up to that outside line and has gone backwards quite a bit. Chance still hanging out at the back of the pack. That's extremely unusual. Christopher Rawlings back there with him. It looked like he moved up and went to the back intentionally there. Back up front, it is still Edward Belair leading as we reach halfway in this 50-lap race. They are staying mostly clean. We are, as you heard Chris Standards talk about early on, and James Belair earlier in the pre-race ceremonies, both of them expected quite a few more cautions than what we're seeing here so far. It will be interesting to see if they can go the rest of the race green flag, saving all the excitement for the post-race activities. As Brian Mansfield starts looking to the outside of James Johnson there. Unusual move for Brian. He is usually the guy that ducks to the inside, likes to make that pass. We've seen him come straight up the middle, making it 3 wide. James Johnson still has a lot of momentum, and it looks like the outside line in the turn is starting to pick up as well as the straightaway. You see these guys coming down the straightaways. The outside line definitely has the speed through the straights, but the inside line has the advantage in the corners. But that advantage in the corners is starting to go away just a little bit. The more Edward Belair drifts up, the more advantage that's going to give to James Johnson in that outside line. And the 15 of Michael Thomas, he is back to 9th place. He had gotten as high as 7th, slipped back a couple of spots. Expect him to come to the front before too long, and Michael Graynolds is starting to get a little racy up there. Putting those left sides down on the apron coming through turns 1 and 2. He was looking to the inside on the front straightaway. Michael Reynolds is another one that likes to make the passes to the inside, but he could try and go 3 wide here. Laps to go, and everybody's starting to move around a lot more. Now is when you're going to see cars like the 22 and his teammate the 91. That is Chris Stripey Standridge, and the 91 of Tom Land is looking to make it 3 wide onto the front straightaway. He is going up the middle. He has taken every bit of that side draft. He has picked up 1 position, and he is not done yet. Coming into turn 1 and 2, we've got him banging behind, and we've got the first wreck of the night with 20 laps to go. All right. Let's see. It looks like Derek Turner was involved in this. And one of the Bel Airs as well. Derek Turner, they were just leaning on each other extremely hard. Derek Turner gets the worst of it. Looks like that was Mark Bel Air in the 52 involved in that. And that brings us under our first caution of the night. And it looks like Derek Turner has some significant damage in the steering. He is struggling to get to pit road right now. Now the question is, as we talked about, even on this track, even in these cars, the tires can get worn very easily. Derek Turner obviously is going to come to pit road. I'm sure Mark Bel Air will probably come to pit road as well. Will anybody else come down pit road for tires and fuel? So far, the leaders are staying out. $17 laps to go. It looks like Mark Bel Air and Derek Turner are the only two that are going to go to pit road, both damaged in that accident. And it looks like Derek Turner is actually going to lose a lap just because of the damage. He may get the wave around though. Mark Bel Air in the 52, he got fast repaired. His car is back in one piece. Superman Norman Chan, points leader, currently running back in 13th. That's where he started. Kind of a shock to see him running that far back this late in the race. Usually he is up towards the front most of the night. So it'll be interesting to see how he works his way to the front. He is the points leader, but right behind him in the points is Gerald Thanos Poole, his teammate. And Thanos is just 1 point behind. Brian Mansfield in third, currently right in front of Thanos. As we get the 1 to green, definitely the points battle is going to get shaken up here just a bit, depending on how they finish, especially with Norman Chan so far back. Brian Mansfield is only 5 points behind Norman Chan, only 4 points behind Thanos, so we'll see if they can if Brian can make up some points here tonight as well. Chris Standridge is only 4 points behind Brian as well, but Chris Standridge currently running in 8th place, so he's several spots back. Could be a very good night for Brian Mansfield. As we get ready to go green flag racing, can't forget to mention the 45 of Michael Reynolds there on the inside line, that very colorful car. Usually don't see him up front until much later in the race. In the last few laps he comes charging to the front, but he has been up front all night long. Right now the 007 of Edward Belair is going to lead him down. Green flag is in the air. Brian gets a huge jump and then has to check up, so that sets him back just a little bit. The 39 of James Johnson gets a good run down off into turn 1. Will he be able to slide down in front of Edward Belair? As they come off turn 2, everybody side by side, no extra lines. Oh, I say something and then it happens. We've got one car to the outside there, but he is going backwards quickly. I do believe that is the 18, Brian Burkhardt. He started in 9th. He is up there to 7th, but he is on the outside line. He might get stuck out there as that inside line is starting to run away just a little bit. The outside line does not have the cohesive unit that they had a moment ago. 14 laps to go, and that inside line is getting a heck of a run. James Johnson does not have the help he had a few moments ago. Gerald Thanos Poole right behind him, but that's not enough to deal with the inside line that is 5 cars deep and increasing. And they all start to settle back in just a little bit. Brian Mansfield up there on the high side, on the back straightaway. And here comes Christopher Rawlings in the 01 car as well. Looks like he is laying back trying to get a run. We'll see if he makes a move up the middle. Got several cars starting to look in different places trying to get some sort of advantage here. And where is the 9 of Superman? Norman Chan is way off the pace on the front straightaway. Looks like he has got some damage. Not sure what happened with him, but he might be out of this one. Michael Reynolds still sitting in 2nd place, 2nd in line on the inside. 007 of Edward Belair leading the field around. And the 39 of James Johnson just can't carry the same amount of momentum down the straightaway as he was just a few moments ago. Getting no real momentum there through the turns either. Ten to go. Let's see who tries to make a move for the front. Looks like Mark Belair is on pit road for the moment in the 52. Got a few cars that have picked up little positions here and there. The 91 of Tom Land, he is now up to 6th place from 11. James Belair right behind him. Currently running in 7th, started in 12th, and 22 of Chris Stripey Standridge started in 15th up to 9th. Michael Thomas was up there battling for the lead earlier in the race. He has slipped back to 12th place currently. With 9 laps to go, everybody this close, it is anybody's game, especially if somebody we saw cars trying to work up the middle. You get the side draft off both of those lanes and you can move forward very quickly. 8 laps to go. And we've got a prediction in the chat. Mansfield pushing Johnson to the win. We will see if that plays out. James Johnson in the 39 is currently sitting up in the first car on the outside row. Brian Mansfield now working his way back up. He is back up to 8th place. So he would fallen back quite a few spots. He is now working his way back forward. But will anybody have anything for Edward Belair tonight? We've seen Michael Reynolds a couple of different times looking to the inside, looking to the outside. Looks like Reynolds might be holding back just a little bit, trying to carry some momentum down into the corner. He is. He looks to the outside. Michael Reynolds to the outside, right in front of James Johnson. James Johnson makes the third line. And James Johnson's going to go backwards just a little bit as here comes Thanos Poole, Gerald Thanos Poole. He is going to be pushing Michael Reynolds up there, trying to push Michael Reynolds up into the lead. Has a little bit of bump, and we've got a wreck going on behind him. Caution is out with 5 to go. Looks like James Belair just got a little bit of tap from behind and collected several cars, including Brian Mansfield, Chris Stripey Standridge. And that will definitely change things up just a little bit, as I'm sure we're going to have a few cars hit pit road now. Looks like James Belair, Chris Rawlings is on pit road. Looks like James Belair is back off pit road already. Derek Turner and Norman Chan. Norman Chan is now 3 laps down. Mark Belair looks like he might be out of it. He is out of this. He's 8 laps down. Chris Rawlings and Derek Turner both a lap down. James Belair looks like he might go a lap down. Let's see how bad the damage was to Stripey here in the 22 car. Not too bad. Saw Brian Mansfield involved in that in the 95. He is a bit tore up, so I imagine we'll see him come to pit road, get a fast repair done, as does the 22. And it looks like they will be the only 2 coming to pit road this time. Now they will go back out, more than likely with a fast repair and 4 fresh tires. We'll see if those 4 fresh tires make any difference here with a green-white checker. Currently looks like we're going to have about 11 cars on the lead lap. Looks like the 10 car is getting his lap back, so he will be back on the lead lap. And remember, after this is completed here, after the green-white checkered, they will line up on the start-finish line and begin the demolition derby. So I don't think we're going to see the usual celebration festivities tonight. I do believe they're going to go straight into the demo derby. Ought to be quite an event. Edward Belair looked like he was able to get away just a little bit from Michael Reynolds. It was either that or Michael Reynolds may be starting to lay back just a little bit, trying to get a run. But Michael Reynolds now will start on the outside. when they get the one to go. There is Stripey Standridge. He is back in one piece. Derek Turner back on the lead lap. The 95 of Brian Mansfield back in one piece, I do believe. Yes, he is. Ryan Burkhart in the 18. Right in front of them. And Michael Thomas in the 15. Right in front of him. Michael started 14th. He is up to 7th. Tom Land in the 91 started in 11th. He is up to 5th. James Johnson, after leading that outside line for most of the race, he has slipped back now to 6th. So he will start about 3rd in line on the outside. Should be getting one to go. As they line up too wide, Michael Reynolds to the outside, but now you've got some of the Bel Air posse there to the inside. Looks like Mike Killenbeck in the 447 is driving a Bel Air car as well tonight. And let's see, looks like we've only got 2 Bel Airs left on the lead lap, but they have Mike Killenbeck in the 447 to help them out. So this team right here at the front might be able to hold off a run from the outside. Pace car is about to duck off. And it looks like Edward Belair's been getting a little bit of bump drafting up till now, imagine from Mr. Reynolds there on the outside. Pace car is ducking off. Edward Bel Air will control the restart. Green flag is in the air. Will Michael Reynolds be able to get around him with 2 laps to go? He is down right on the side of Killenbeck, trying to get some of that side draft. And here comes Thanos right behind, and here comes Johnson in the 39 to the outside. Looks like his timing was off. He is going to go backwards just a little bit, but the 18 is starting to look 3 wide as they come across the start-finish line. He is trying to get around Michael Reynolds as they go 3 wide into turn 1. Will he be able to carry enough momentum? He was definitely getting the side draft off Reynolds, but Reynolds moved up to try and hold him back. And Gerald Thanos Poole right there as well. And here comes Brian Mansfield and James Johnson. As we are on the last lap, they are 3 wide, several lanes deep. And they are wrecking at the start-finish line, but it is Edward Bel Air that takes home the win. Michael Killenbeck, it looks like, was scored in 2nd. Michael Reynolds 3rd. Brian Mansfield comes home 4th. Tom Land 5th. Brian Burkhart 6th. Gerald Thanos Poole is 7th. Stripey Chris Standridge is 8th, Michael Thomas 9th, and James Bel Air 10th. Wow, what a finish. All right, we will see if they attempt any post-race celebration. I don't believe they're going to. I think everybody's going to come around, line up for the Demolition Derby. as Edward Belair takes his victory lap. Looks like Stripey Standards got caught in the accident as well. And there's his teammate Mike Killenbeck helping him, congratulating him on the win. It is an unusual sight to see these Outcast boys not wrecking each other yet. Usually by now one of them would be flying up into the infield or into the stands. All right. And here we go. Looks like Michael Graynolds is getting into position. Looks like everybody is positioning around the infield grass. Let's see. Oh, that really did not work. And now it is coming down to who survives this the longest. As we've got quite a mess right in the middle. So far, Brian Mansfield has been the only one not flipped over yet. He might be the survivor in this battle. Michael Graynolds is sitting over here backing up. Oh, the 18 gets into Graynolds really hard there in reverse. Here comes Brian Mansfield again. Looks like the 39 of James Johnson's still in pretty good shape. Gerald Thanos Poole has taken a bit of a beating. He's been upside down once or twice. They're definitely making sure he gets righted again, though. And here comes Tom Land into the big group right in the middle. He gets Michael Graynolds on the inside. James Johnson and one of the Bel Airs just comes flying through in reverse. And it looks like at low speed they are ending up flipping each other on their sides and then helping right each other as well. I think the 10 car there might be close to done. He is barely moving at this point, but the 18 car still got some momentum. And we've got one car upside down. I think we just heard the first car blow up. And it is Thanos. Thanos was the first one to blow up. It looks like the 447 Mike Killenbeck is still rolling. That car just went flying over the infield. Gerald, you were the first one out of the demolition derby, man.
Yeah, that area going backwards didn't work out too well. The motors back there.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess that would be problematic.
Yeah, it But you could go a lot better backwards. Jumped up on the asphalt, just took off in reverse and shot across the field. And I think that second or third one, I noticed it started to smoke, and then it finally just gave up the ghost.
Well, congratulations on being the first one out anyway.
Yeah, well, I was going to tell everybody out there, it's like, don't flip the cars over that are running upside down. They can't do nothing.
That is true, but then they are left to win the prize at the end if they're still running. So, jeez.
Yeah. So, we picked this up the last. I had an ARCA series this previous oil season, and the last race of the year was at Charlotte. And at the end of the race, we all ended up on the infield bashing around. So the idea kind of got in my head. So I brought it up and said, hey, let's go out and do that. That'll be more fun just launching each other into the stands randomly.
Well, the 007 is now out of it. He was upside down in a pit box and could not get flipped back over, so he had to retire.
Oh, yeah. So great race tonight. Unfortunately, kind of got boxed around a little bit there at the end.
Yeah, and looked like your helper there, Superman Norman Chan, had a rough night as well. Kind of an unexpected deal, seeing Reynolds qualify and Norman Chan being at the back all night.
Yeah, Norman's actually on the road working, so he's obviously can't take your rig with you. So he had to deal with the internet connection in a hotel room situation.
I see.
So yeah, we knew it was going to kind of be a tough night for him, but hey, we 2 races left until we get to the final championship weekend. So I think point wise, we'll all end up being all right with how everything worked out tonight.
Yeah, I do believe with this race tonight, it's going to close. It might actually put you in the points lead, but Brian Mansfield closed up a lot on you guys as well. So that's definitely going to come into play in the final weeks.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice how many positions did he finish above me. I think I was like in 7th or something.
Yeah, let me look real quick. He finished in 4th, so yeah, he's gonna, and he was only a few points
3.
behind.
Yeah, he picked up 3 points. So yeah, it's probably gonna. Yeah, I think of course the leaders flipping about every week in this series anyway. So, but no, yeah, we get to go to 2 relatively short tracks, which I particularly like. So. I knew this one, big wide track, was going to be one of those deals. So, hey, it is what it is. I, kind of chose to go back early on and was able to work my way back up to the, on that restart there in 4th. So I knew it was going to come down to whatever happened at the end. And I think there was a pretty big issue with being able to maintain where the line was. So we were supposed to race above the yellow line, but it was kind of hard to see, and there were no other lines on the track. So yeah, I think it caused a little bit of bouncing around, but I mean, otherwise great race.
Yeah, Chris mentioned that prior to the race, that you guys had some difficulty in the practice race because of the way the track is laid out. It's really hard to see where you're at in relation to anybody else.
Yeah, that was why I kind of chose to, after the start of the race, kind of pull out and just get back and see what everybody was doing, get a little better view than being afraid of it in my rearview mirror.
Oh, we got another one. Looks like the 18 finally blew up.
All right, well, I'll let you enjoy the rest of the Derby, and I'm going to jump off here and go catch the end of it on your broadcast.
All right, man. Good job tonight, and we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you later.
See ya. Looks like we've got several cars. Yep, the 18 is DOA. The 45 is still running, as well as Brian Mansfield. And the 10 car, Derek Turner, is still running, but looks like he might be struggling just a bit. The 18 was briefly being driven around the infield by the, I believe. Oh, there's another one blown up. That looks like one of the Bel Airs. No, that is Mike Killenbeck, the 447. Looks like he's still underpowered just barely, as you heard Gerald Thanos Poole say. Oh boy. Going in reverse does not work out with a rear engine car very well. And oh my goodness, that And once they get into the pit box, it will ghost them. So if they're not careful, they could be out of this thing. Several cars are smoking now. Michael Reynolds is still running though, as is the, who's that, the 90 car. James Belair is still running, as well as the 39 of James Johnson. We got 3 or 4 cars still under full power without any significant engine damage. And it looks like the 447 just shot another car, the 90 car, up into the air. Quite a ways. And the favor was returned. Michael Reynolds up on the... Oh, there he goes. He was trying to turn back around and get some momentum. Now he's on his lid. Let's see if somebody can come flip him back over. Yep. They got him right side. Nope, almost. That is Tom Land trying to get him flipped back over, and now he finally gets back on up the right way. As Brian Mansfield is also still running, and oh, here we go, full speed into Superman Norman Chan. He is righted once again. And here comes Michael Reynolds trying to he is trying to chase down Brian Mansfield. Couldn't quite get to him. Brian's just going right up in the middle of that mess. These cars obviously can take quite a beating. As Michael Reynolds manages to flip Superman Norman Chan, it is hard to keep up with everything going on here, but it is definitely exciting to watch. Derek Turner in the 10 is still going as well. No, he is starting to... Nope. He is still going. Can't quite tell who that is on their side there, but they are still going, but they are starting to smoke. I do believe that was Superman Norman Chan. Yes, it is. He's been on his roof a couple of times now. Now he's going to get some momentum off the tarmac. Michael Reynolds just went full send through the infield and completely missed everybody. And Superman is on his roof again. They got him back on all four, and now he's back on his side. We've got one making a running start here. And could not get enough momentum, but here comes Michael Reynolds. Oh, Michael Reynolds gets sent and flipped, does a barrel roll, lands back on all four. But I do believe we saw the first puff of smoke out of Reynolds' car. These Outcast guys definitely have some of the best ideas for racing. Norman Chan back on his roof again. Actually just got hit. Somebody tried to come and flip him over. I do believe it's a 10 that tried to flip him over. could not get him righted, and now the 10 just got hit. He is off in the infield again. Now they're up on the pavement for the most part, and Norman Chan was spinning like a top. And Norman Chan's back on all fours. Michael Reynolds pops a wheelie through the on the front straightaway there. And it looks like everybody is now targeting the 45 car of Michael Reynolds. And Superman, oh, very hard into Reynolds parks in a pit box, and the 95 just drives right through him. And the 9 car looks like he might. Wait a minute. The 45 was briefly parked on top of the 10 car. We'll see if the 10 goes and rights him again. The 10 is smoking. The 95, though, of Brian Mansfield, still no smoke out of his engine yet. He is trying to run the 10 down. There. Reynolds still on his lid. The 10 cannot catch. There they go. They finally get another collision. Looks like we're down to just 3 cars. And if Reynolds accidentally ends up into the pit box, it'll be down to 2 cars. It's the 95 of Brian Mansfield. Definitely a force to be reckoned with in a demolition derby. And it looks like Michael Reynolds might be out of this thing. Once they're in their pit box, they end up ghosting. So Tin car is still under power, but just barely. He is smoking and going really slow and doing donuts trying to avoid the 95 car. But the 95 of Brian Mansfield definitely has more power and less damage, so he is going to have an easy time getting the 10 car. And it looks like he's trying to go. Nope. The 45 of Michael Reynolds is out of this. He is upside down in a pit box. So it comes down to 2, the 95 and the 10. And the 10 is at a distinct disadvantage here. Pushes him back to the asphalt. We'll see if he gets the 95 can get an advantage here. And are we seeing the first signs of engine trouble out of the 95? Oh, he gets the 10 car really good that time. The 10 car manages to get him in the right rear quarter panel, but it doesn't do any significant damage. Brian Mansfield and Derek Turner, mono e mono. And a demolition derby at Kentucky now that they are down to just the 2. And the 45 has not gotten out of the car yet. He is still sitting upside down on pit road. They just cannot get enough damage to finish off one car or another. All it's going to take is one more good hit to the back of the 10 car, and his demolition derby days will be over. He got flipped over. He's back on his roof. That definitely gives the 95 of Brian Mansfield an advantage here. If he goes over, gets in the pavement, and then comes charging back right by the rear engine of the car, he could end the 10 car in one swoop. But no, he looks like he's going to attack from the front. He's trying to push him. And now he's going to back up and get a run at it. The 10 car gets flipped back on all fours and then back on his lid. He just did a barrel roll. Yep, go up there, get on the pavement, and then don't hit him from... Okay. Get a good run at him, and you could end this thing once and for all. 95 is still running. The 10 is... His motor is on its last leg. And he is revving the crap out of it, too, while he's upside down. So it is not going to last very much longer. I am honestly surprised that engine has lasted this long. The 95 has plenty of time to line up for a killing shot here. And the 10 gets flipped back over again. He was on all fours briefly, barrel rolled the 10 car, and... Oh, the 10 car's back on all four wheels. He cannot have much power left. Uh-oh. I think I see what's about to happen here. Yeah, they are going to line up for a showdown on the front straightaway. The 10 car got sent. He is still running. That is extremely impressive. And they are now doing circles around each other on the front straightaway. Tin car back on his side, trying to get himself flipped over. I imagine we'll see the 95 come flying through any minute now. Tin car is just barely surviving. And he goes sideways over the nose of the 95. And the 95 blinked out. I do believe the 10 car is going to take it. And he is going to try and blow up what's left of that motor. Brian Mansfield, congratulations, sir. Hey, Brian, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
So, who are we declaring the winner of that? Because his engine was blowing, but yours obviously was still, your car was still in better shape.
I think they I think they declared me the winner. I'm not sure. That was a lot of fun though.
That was a lot of fun. And I'm surprised you lasted as long as you did. You ended up hitting the pit wall trying to go through somebody earlier.
Yeah, I was trying to get Michael turned back over, and I think he was too far in the pit stall, and we just kept driving through him.
Yeah, it looked like he got stuck, and to survive as long as you did, as many times as you ended up on your roof, was quite impressive. And I believe I saw you flying through the air once. It was
Yeah,
definitely.
that was a lot of fun.
And it looks like Derek just got a fast repair and got back on the track. Oh,
Yeah, his car's in pretty bad shape.
yeah, he is back out at 100% again, by the way. That was
Yeah,
nuts.
he's ready to go again.
Yeah, he is. Well, that was nuts, and congratulations on winning the Demolition Derby, man.
Thank you. And I'll tell you what, that race earlier was a wild race too, coming from ninth to fourth on the outside. I didn't think I was going to be able to hold it.
Yeah, you actually had some fans cheering you on. They were expecting you to push Johnson to the win tonight.
Yeah, I got shuffled out to the outside on that last restart and fell to the back, and then got in a wreck and fell to the back again, and got a good run to the outside and managed to get a fourth. It's a good points night. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it looks like at minimum you'll pick up probably second place, and you may be tied or 1 point behind Gerald for first.
Yeah, that's all that matters. It's a good points night. Had a lot of fun. Good race. I'll tell you what, this is one of the best races we've had in a while in SR8s.
Well, it was definitely one heck of a show, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
All right, have a great night, buddy.
You too, Doug. Thank you for all you do.
All right, that was Brian Mansfield at the end of that quite insane Demolition Derby. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to tune in Sunday night for the BRR League, and we will be back here next week with more broadcasts, and you can definitely check out the streams during the day throughout the rest of the week. Thank y'all for tuning in. For everybody at Northeast Racers and Outcast Independent League, thank y'all for tuning in, and have a great night.